Life's a fight. Every day the bell rings and it's you versus the world. The crowd might not cheer for you. Your opponent might seem stronger, but listen closely, the fight isn't over until you say it's over. You're going to stumble. You're going to fall. That canvas is cold, and it'll whisper to you, stay down. It's easier here, but you're not built for easy, you're built for glory. Champions aren't crowned because they never fall. They're crowned because they refuse to stay down. When the pain screams louder than the cheers, remember this pain is temporary. Regret lasts forever. Every time you rise, you get closer to the victory that's already written in your story. You've just got to believe it. The world will doubt you. They'll call you crazy. Let them. Because when you refuse to quit, you turn their doubt into your fire, their laughter into your motivation. The road's long. The nights are dark, and the weight is heavy. But every step, every punch, every second you keep going builds the strength they can't see yet. And when that moment comes when you stand victorious, it won't just be a win. It'll be proof that nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop a heart that refuses to give up. Life is a fight. Every sunrise brings with it a new opponent, a challenge you didn't see coming, a trial you never asked for, or a setback that feels insurmountable. It's not just the big moments, it's the little battles, to the fight to get out of bed when the weight of the world is pressing down on you, the struggle to push forward when every step feels like climbing a mountain. But here's the truth, challenges aren't there to break you, they're there to build you. Every hit you take is a lesson, every struggle a test of your strength and will. It's not about avoiding the punches, life doesn't work like that. It's about how you respond when they land. Will you let them knock you out, or will you rise, stare them in the face and say, is that all you've got? The decision to fight is yours and yours alone. Nobody can step into the ring for you. Nobody can take those punches for you. And yes, it's scary. Yes, it's hard. But every time you choose to stand up and face the challenge head on, you prove to yourself and the world that you are more powerful than anything life can throw at you. Fighters aren't made in comfort. They're forged in the fire of adversity, molded by the pressure of life's toughest of this. Every day you choose to fight is a day you grow stronger, sharper, more resilient. So when life hits you, hit back harder. When it challenges you, rise to meet it. Because life may be a fight, but it's a fight you were born to win. It's okay to fall. Falling is part of the journey. It's not a sign of weakness, failure, or defeat. It's proof that you're trying, that you're pushing your limits, that you're stepping into the ring instead of sitting on the sideline. Nobody in history ever achieved greatness without stumbling along the way. Falling is not the end. It's a step toward what lies ahead. What matters isn't the fall itself, but how you respond to it. When you hit the ground, you're faced with a choice. Do you stay there or do you rise? The fall doesn't define you, it's the decision to get back up that shapes who you are. Each time you pick yourself up, you gain something more valuable than the ground you lost. You gain strength. You gain wisdom. You gain the courage to keep going. Think of the fall as a teacher. It shows you where you need to grow, what you need to change, and how much further you can push yourself. It humbles you, reminds you that perfection isn't the goal, progress is. Falling is not failure, refusing to rise is. So don't fear the fall. Embrace it. Let it show you what you're made of. Let it be the spark that reignites your fire. Because every champion has hit the ground, but the reason they're champions is that they chose to stand up, dust themselves off, and fight harder. Falling is not the end of the story, it's the moment the story truly begins. Pain is temporary. It feels heavy when you're in it, like it's never going to end. It burns, it aches, and it whispers lies in your ear, telling you to quit, to stop, to take the easy way out. But here's the truth about pain. It doesn't last forever. Pain is fleeting, but the choices you make while you're in it can echo for a lifetime. The discomfort you feel today, whether it's physical strain, emotional struggle, or mental fatigue, is a signal that you're growing. It's your body, your mind, and your spirit being stretched beyond their limits, preparing you for something greater. Pain is proof that you're alive, that you're trying, that you're in the fight. And like a storm, it will pass, leaving behind a stronger, sharper, and more resilient you. But regret doesn't fade as easily. When you quit, when you choose to walk away, the pain of giving up lingers. It follows you, whispering, what if? What if you had pushed through? What if you had endured just a little longer? The pain of effort is temporary, but the regret of surrender can last a lifetime. The next time you're tempted to stop, remind yourself why you started. Picture the finish line, the goal, the dream you're chasing. Every moment of discomfort is a step closer to that victory. And when you finally reach it, the pain will pale in comparison to the joy, pride, and sense of accomplishment you'll feel. So endure, push through, embrace the pain, knowing it's a chapter in your story, not the whole book. Because in the end, the discomfort you conquered today becomes the strength you stand on tomorrow. Pain is temporary, but triumph is forever. Belief is your weapon. It's the sharpest tool in your arsenal, the fire that burns within before anyone else even sees the smoke. Long before the crowd cheers your name, long before the accolades and recognition, there's one voice you must convince your own. Belief is where every victory begins. It's the quiet confidence that tells you I can do this, even when the odds are stacked against you. It's not arrogance, it's an unshakable faith in your ability to rise, to endure, and to achieve. Before the world sees your greatness, you have to see it. You'll have to believe in your victory, not because it's guaranteed, but because it's possible and you're willing to do whatever it takes to make it real. This belief isn't just wishful thinking. It's a commitment. It's a promise to yourself that no matter how hard the road gets, you won't stop. Belief turns doubt into determination, obstacles into opportunities, and setbacks into stepping stones. When you believe in your victory, you stop asking if and start asking how. You become unstoppable, not because the journey gets easier, but because your belief gives you the strength to keep going. And here's the truth. The world may doubt you. People might question your dreams, your plans, and even your ability. That's fine. Let them. Their disbelief doesn't matter, because belief starts with you. If you wait for the world to believe in you before you act, you'll be waiting forever. The moment you believe in yourself, you create the foundation for your success. So hold tight to your belief, even when it's tested, even when the path seems uncertain. Believe in your victory before anyone else does, because that belief is the key to making it real. And when you finally achieve what they said you couldn't, you'll look back and realize that belief was your greatest weapon all along. Turn doubt into fire. Skepticism will always be part of your journey. People will question your dreams, your ability, and even your worth. They'll say you can't do it or you're aiming too high. It might come from strangers, friends, or even those closest to you. But here's the secret. Their doubt doesn't have to define you. Instead, it can fuel you. Doubt is like kindling. On its own, it's just words and opinions. But when you combine it with your determination and your drive, it becomes a raging fire, a fire that burns away limitations and powers you toward your goals. Let their skepticism ignite your resolve, pushing you harder and further than you thought possible. When someone says you can't, let it become your reason to prove that you can. The people who doubt you aren't your enemies, they're your motivators. They challenge you to dig deeper, to push harder, and to rise above. Doubt forces you to refine your skills, sharpen your focus, and turn your weaknesses into strengths. It's not their belief or approval that matters, it's your ability to channel their disbelief into action. But remember, this fire isn't about proving them wrong, it's about proving yourself right. It's about showing yourself what you're capable of, regardless of what anyone else thinks. Doubt from others is just noise. Your belief and effort are what create results. When the world says you can't, respond with action, work harder, push further. Let the fire of doubt transform into the fuel of triumph, because nothing silences skepticism like success. When you reach the top, they'll see what you always knew, that their doubt wasn't your barrier. It was your spark. The road is hard, but worth it. Nobody ever achieved greatness by taking the easy route. Success demands effort, resilience, and sacrifice. It's a path filled with challenges, setbacks, and moments where you'll question whether it's all worth it. But those moments are the crucible where champions are forged. The road to success isn't supposed to be smooth. The obstacles you face along the way aren't there to stop you, they're there to strengthen you. Every struggle you endure, every barrier you overcome, builds your character. It teaches you patience when progress is slow, courage when fear creeps in, and grit when the weight of your goals feels overwhelming. Easy victories don't last, they don't transform you. But when you fight for something, when you pour your sweat, tears, and heart into it, it changes you. It prepares you not just to achieve your goals, but to sustain them. The struggle doesn't just get you to the finish line. It ensures you're strong enough to stay there. Along the way, you'll learn that the road itself is just as important as the destination. The setbacks will make you resourceful. The failures will make you wise. The hardships will make you appreciate the victories all the more. Success isn't just about reaching the top, it's about who you become on the climb. And when you finally stand at the summit, you'll look back and realize that every tough moment, every time you wanted to quit but didn't, was worth it. Because the struggle didn't just lead to success, it built a version of you that's unstoppable. So don't be afraid of the hard road. Embrace it. Walk it with pride, knowing that every step you take, no matter how painful or difficult, is bringing you closer to the life you've dreamed of. The road is hard, yes, but the destination and the person you become along the way make it more than worth it. Your fight inspires others. Every time you get up after a fall, every time you push forward in the face of adversity, you're not just fighting for yourself, you're lighting a path for those who are watching. You may not realize it, but your determination and refusal to give up are a source of strength for others. When people see you struggle, they see someone real. They see someone who faces the same challenges, fears, and doubts they do. And when they see you rise above those struggles, it gives them hope. It shows them that it's possible to overcome, that they too can fight their battles and emerge victorious. Your fight becomes their inspiration. You don't have to have all the answers or win every time to inspire others. It's your resilience, your willingness to keep going despite the odds that matters. It's the courage to stand tall when the weight of the world is pressing down on you. Every step you take forward is a silent message to those around you. If I can do it, so can you. Think about the people who've inspired you in your own life. Chances are it wasn't their comfort or ease that moved you. It was their strength in hardship, their grace under pressure, their ability to keep going when the world tried to stop them. You now have the chance to be that person for someone else. When you fight, you become a symbol of hope, perseverance, and strength. Your story could be the very thing that helps someone else get through their darkest hour. You may never know the full impact of your struggle, but rest assured it's there. So keep fighting, not just for yourself, but for everyone who needs to see that it's possible to rise, to endure, and to win. Your fight isn't just your own, it's a beacon of possibility for the world around you. Champions rise repeatedly. It's not the size of their victories that defines them or how effortlessly they win. A true champion is measured by their ability to endure, to persevere, and most importantly, to rise again and again, no matter how many times they've been knocked down. Falling is inevitable. Even the greatest stumble. Life will throw punches you didn't see coming, and some of them will land hard. But what separates champions from everyone else isn't their immunity to failure, it's their refusal to stay down. Every time they hit the canvas, they make a choice to rise, to keep fighting, and to prove that they are not defined by the fall, but by their comeback. Getting up isn't easy. It takes strength to stand when you're battered, courage to face the fight again, and faith to believe that the effort is worth it. But each time you rise, you grow. You become tougher, smarter, and more determined. The falls teach you lessons that victory never could. They build the foundation for your future success. Champions understand that the journey isn't about being perfect, it's about being persistent. They know that every setback is temporary and that every failure carries the seed of growth. They don't let defeat break them, they let it build them. They rise not because it's easy, but because it's necessary, because they know that the only way to truly fail is to stop trying. And here's the beauty of it. Every time you rise, you inspire. Every time you refuse to quit, you send a message to the world that resilience is stronger than any obstacle. Champions don't just win, they show others what's possible when you refuse to give up. So when life knocks you down, remember, it's not the fall that matters. It's how many times you rise. And if you're still standing, you're still in the fight. A true champion rises every time, stronger than before, ready to face whatever comes next. That's what makes them unstoppable. Challenges reveal your potential. They're not roadblocks meant to stop you. They're stepping stones designed to elevate you. Life's obstacles aren't punishments, they're opportunities, and every one of them serves a purpose. They're there to test your limits, yes, but more importantly, to expand them. When you face a challenge, you're forced to dig deep, to tap into reserves of strength and courage you didn't even know you had. You discover new skills, uncover hidden talents, and learn just how much you're capable of enduring and achieving. Challenges push you out of your comfort zone and into a space where growth happens. Think of every challenge as a mirror reflecting your true self, not the person you think you are, but the one you can become. It's in these moments of struggle that you meet the stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. The harder the challenge, the more profound the transformation. But here's the key: you must face them head on. Avoiding challenges only leaves your potential untapped, lying dormant. Embrace them instead, no matter how intimidating they seem. The struggle might be uncomfortable, but on the other side lies a better version of you. Every challenge you overcome builds your confidence, your skill set, and your ability to tackle even bigger obstacles in the future. It's like lifting weights. The more resistance you face, the stronger you get. And each victory, no matter how small, reminds you that you are more powerful than you thought. So the next time life throws a challenge your way, don't see it as a setback, see it as an invitation. An invitation to rise, to grow, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you imagine. Challenges aren't there to stop you. They're there to show you who you really are and just how far you can go. Effort outweighs talent. Talent might give you a head start, but it's effort that determines how far you'll go. Natural ability is like a spark. It's useful, but it won't sustain a fire without fuel. That fuel is your determination, your work ethic, and your persistence. Talent can open doors, but it's effort that keeps them open. History is full of examples of people who were gifted but fell short because they relied solely on their abilities. On the other hand, those who succeed at the highest level are often the ones who combine what little talent they have with relentless effort. They outwork, outlast, and outperform those who coast on natural skill alone. Hard work builds discipline, resilience, and strength of character. It teaches you to keep going, even when progress is slow, even when others doubt you, and even when your own doubts creep in. Talent may give you moments of brilliance, but effort gives you consistency. And in the long game, consistency always wins. Effort also transforms talent. The more you work at something, the better you become, regardless of where you started. Skills can be learned, strength can be built, and mastery can be achieved all through effort. Even if you begin with less natural ability than someone else, your willingness to work hard can allow you to surpass them. What truly sets people apart isn't where they start, but how much they're willing to invest in their growth. The person who refuses to give up, who keeps showing up and putting in the work day after day, is the one who achieves lasting success. Effort is what turns potential into reality and dreams into achievements. So don't get caught up comparing your talent to others. Focus instead on how much effort you're willing to put in, because in the end, it's not the most talented who win, it's the ones who work the hardest, persevere the longest, and never give up. Every step counts. Progress isn't always about giant leaps or immediate wins. Often it's the small, steady steps forward that lead to the biggest transformations. Even when those steps feel minor or insignificant, they are part of the journey that moves you closer to your goal. It's easy to overlook the power of small actions. You might think that one more practice session, one extra hour of effort, or one more attempt doesn't matter. But it does. Every step, no matter how small, adds to the momentum you're building. Each tiny effort compounds over time, creating a ripple effect that leads to major breakthroughs. Success is rarely a straight line. It's a series of small, consistent steps that add up. There will be times when progress feels painfully slow, when the finish line seems too far away to imagine. But those are the moments when persistence matters most. Each small step is a declaration that you refuse to quit, that you are still in the game, and that you believe in your ability to succeed. Think of it like climbing a mountain. You don't reach the summit in one leap. You take it one step at a time, each step building your strength, increasing your endurance, and bringing you closer to the top. Even when you can't see the summit, you trust that every step is getting you closer. Small victories are powerful. They build confidence, keep you motivated, and remind you that progress is happening, even if it's not always visible. Celebrate those wins, no matter how minor they seem, because they are the building blocks of your ultimate success. Remember, persistence is the key. The only way to fail is to stop moving forward. As long as you're taking steps, no matter how small, you're still in the fight, still working toward your dreams, and still proving that you have what it takes to win. Keep going and trust that every step you take, however small, is bringing you closer to the breakthrough you've been working for. Setbacks aren't endings. Failure isn't the final chapter in your story, it's just a plot twist. Life's setbacks are not the end of the road. They're merely detours, redirections meant to guide you towards something better. What might feel like a dead end in the moment is often a lesson in disguise, an opportunity to grow, learn, and come back stronger. When you face a setback, it's easy to feel discouraged or defeated. But remember, failure is not a reflection of your worth, it's a natural part of the process. Even the most successful people have stumbled, faced rejection, and made mistakes along the way. The difference is they didn't stop. They saw setbacks not as barriers, but as stepping stones toward their goals. Each setback carries a lesson. It shows you where you need to adjust, where you can improve, and what you need to do differently. Mistakes aren't failures, they're feedback. They teach you resilience, patience, and problem solving. And most importantly, they remind you that progress isn't always a straight line. Sometimes you have to take a step back to see the bigger picture or find a new path forward. Think of setbacks as part of your training. Just like an athlete builds strength by pushing through resistance, you build your character and determination by facing challenges. Every time you rise after a setback, you're proving to yourself that you're capable of overcoming adversity. And with each comeback, you're one step closer to your goal. The road to success is rarely smooth. There will be wrong turns, unexpected obstacles, and moments when the path forward seems unclear. But if you're willing to keep moving, if you're willing to adapt, learn, and persevere, those setbacks will eventually lead you to where you're meant to be. So don't let a setback convince you to quit. Let it be a reminder that every journey worth taking comes with challenges. Keep moving forward, because the end of one road is often the beginning of another, and every detour has the potential to lead you to your ultimate destination. Your perseverance creates momentum. Perseverance isn't just about enduring, it's about building unstoppable energy that carries you forward. Every time you push through a challenge, every time you refuse to quit, you're adding to your momentum a force that grows stronger with each effort you make. Momentum is like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, requiring effort to get moving, but as it builds, it gains speed and power. At first, your progress might feel slow, even tedious, but every step you take fuels the next. The more you persist, the less daunting the journey becomes, and the more natural it feels to keep going. When you persevere, you train your mind and body to keep moving forward no matter what. This consistency builds confidence and a sense of accomplishment. Over time, obstacles that once seemed insurmountable begin to shrink in the face of your growing strength and determination. What felt impossible yesterday becomes manageable today, and tomorrow it will feel like second nature. Momentum also creates opportunities. When you stay persistent, you open doors that might have remained closed if you had given up too soon. People notice your effort, your resilience, and your refusal to quit, and that energy attracts support, resources, and new possibilities. Perseverance isn't just about pushing through challenges, it's about setting yourself up for breakthroughs. But here's the beauty of momentum: it feeds itself. The more you keep going, the easier it becomes to stay the course. Each small win motivates you to aim higher, and every bit of progress reminds you of your capacity to overcome. Perseverance turns effort into habit, and habit into unstoppable motion. So when the road gets tough, remember that every step forward is building your momentum. Even when it feels like progress is slow, trust that you're laying the foundation for something powerful. Keep pushing, keep striving, and soon you'll find that the strength and drive you've cultivated can carry you through anything. Momentum is your reward for perseverance. Use it to conquer the impossible. Focus on the long game. In a world obsessed with instant results and quick wins, true champions understand that real victory isn't about today, it's about what lasts. It's about building something bigger than a fleeting moment. It's about creating a legacy. The road to greatness isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. There will be days when progress feels slow, when the grind feels endless, and when the finish line seems too far to reach. But those who focus on the long game know that every step matters. Every small victory, every moment of perseverance is a brick in the foundation of something enduring. The long game requires patience, discipline, and vision. It's about staying committed to your goals even when the results aren't immediate. It's about planting seeds and trusting that, with consistent effort, they'll grow into something extraordinary. When you focus on the long game, you don't get distracted by temporary setbacks or short-term failures. You know that these moments are just chapters in a much bigger story. Victory isn't just about winning a single battle, it's about defining the war. It's not just about achieving success for yourself, it's about leaving a mark that inspires others long after you're gone. Your legacy isn't built in a day, it's built in the decisions you make every day. The late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices, and the determination to keep going, those are the things that create something timeless. When you focus on the long game, you start to see beyond the present moment. You understand that the work you put in now isn't just for today, it's for the person you're becoming and the impact you'll have on others. It's about creating something that outlives you, something that stands as proof of your perseverance, your vision, and your refusal to settle for anything less than greatness. So don't rush the process. Stay consistent. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture, and remember, true victory isn't measured by what you achieve in a single day, it's measured by the legacy you leave behind. That's the long game. And it's the only game worth playing. Never give up. Life will test you, push you to your limits, and sometimes make you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. There will be moments when everything seems to go against you and the thought of giving up feels like the only option. But here's the truth. The moment you decide to keep going, no matter how hard it gets, you've already won the most important battle, the battle within yourself. When you refuse to give up, you take control of your destiny. You silence the doubts, overcome the fears, and push past the limits you once thought were unbreakable. The fight isn't just against external challenges, it's against the voice inside that says you can't. Every time you decide to take one more step, give one more effort, or hold on for one more moment, you're proving that voice wrong. Quitting is easy, but perseverance is powerful. It's in those moments of struggle when the odds seem insurmountable that you discover who you really are. Strength isn't found in avoiding hardship, it's forged in enduring it. Each time you refuse to give up, you build a reservoir of resilience that will carry you through future battles. Remember, success isn't about never falling, it's about always rising. It's about understanding that setbacks are temporary, but giving up is permanent. When you decide to keep going, you open the door to new possibilities, new solutions, and new victories. You show yourself in the world that you are unbreakable, that no obstacle is strong enough to hold you back. The decision to keep going isn't just about finishing the race, it's about the transformation that happens along the way. It's about becoming someone who doesn't back down no matter how tough the journey gets. When you keep moving forward, even when it feels impossible, you've already achieved something incredible. You've proven to yourself that you have what it takes. So as you step back into the fight, remember this: life will test you, doubt you, and try to break you, but you are stronger than you think, tougher than you know, and more capable than you've ever imagined. Keep rising after every fall. Let the challenges sharpen your focus and the pain fuel your fire. Don't chase the quick win. Build a legacy that lasts. And most importantly, never give up. Because every time you stand back up, every time you choose to fight instead of quit, you inspire others to do the same. The road may be hard, but the destination is worth it. Stay in the fight, you've got what it takes to win. Now go out there and show the world what you're made of.